depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network's speed and strength. Slow means
Game over.
but the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means
Game changing.
choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this Giga Life?
Simple eh? Smart ako.
Walang imposible, sige lang simple. Abot mo ang munang simple. Malapit malayo, sama-sama tayo. Hanggang sa dulo, ano man ang pagsubok, di susuko. Alam kong kaya mo. Sige lang simple, sige lang
Thanks, bro.
simple. Walang imposible.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network's speed and strength. Slow means
Game over.
but the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means
Game changing.
choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this Giga Life?
Simple eh? Smart ako.
Walang imposible, sige lang simple. Abot mo ang munang simple. Malapit malayo, sama-sama tayo. Hanggang sa dulo, ano man ang pagsubok, di susuko. Alam kong kaya mo. Sige lang simple, sige lang
Thanks, bro.
simple. Walang imposible.
Smile.
A pleasant Tuesday night to everyone who's been watching the CPT Crossover podcast for the last few weeks. Would like to welcome you all to our show for tonight. It's a very special show as we bring you a special edition of the podcast because it's the boss's birthday. Boss Manny V Pangilinan is celebrating his birthday today, and we will bring you some of the athletes and people whose lives have been impacted by the presence of Boss MVP. And for this special episode, I am joined by a special co-host. She's a former courtside reporter of the Ateneo Blue Eagles in the UAAP, and I'm really happy to welcome her on the show, Miss Frannie Reyes. Hi, Frannie.
Hi, thanks for having me. Excited to be here. Excited to talk to all of you.
Syempre, no? They need some youthful energy on the show kasi medyo daw medyo hindi daw yung age bracket ko hindi daw pwede dito sa mga guest natin, yung mga unang guest natin, mga bata tong unang guest natin. But for the first segment of this episode, we will be talking to athletes na naglalaro ng sport that is really close to the heart of Boss MVP. It's the sport of badminton, no? Matagal nang sinusuportahan ni Boss MVP ang sport ng badminton here in the Philippines. And for tonight, we have three athletes, three badminton standouts na natulungan ng kanyang programa in coordination with the Philippine Badminton Association and the MVP Sports Foundation. We have on the show Miss Bianca Carlos, Thea Pomar, and Ross Pedrosa. Welcome po sa inyo.
Welcome,
Hello!
guys!
Hello!
Glad to be here.
Magandang gabi and happy birthday, Boss MVP.
I'm sure Frannie si Thea, ang dami nanonood sa atin dahil kay Thea. Kasi
May banta eh.
May banta. Sabi ko, manood kayo sa akin.
It's really great to have you guys on the show. And you know, I'm extremely proud that national athletes are here and they've represented the country, and ang laking bagay nila sa what has been going on in the badminton program ng ating bansa. Well, Frannie, you can start with your questions. Go ahead.
Sige, so before we go into the questions about badminton and MVP, I want to know, how have you guys been? Musta naman yung quarantine lives nyo? Have you guys been working out more, sleeping more? Baka nagbe-bake din kayo ng ube cheese pandesal? What's up, guys?
Everyone's doing that. Cheers muna.
Start tayo kay Thea para mawala yung kampanya.
Kaya muna, ladies first.
Ladies and gentlemen first, di ba? So, I've been busy talaga. Pinagsasabay ko yung school and yung pagiging financial educator also. And I'm teaching many people all around the world that kasi yun yung talagang problema ng tao. They don't know how to spend, how to save, because everyone is spending tapos nagsisave sila to spend lang. So I'm teaching everyone. We are reaching everyone all around the world na through Zoom actually. So every day we're conducting financial seminars. It's free. So I've been really busy, and right now, sabi nyo, batiin si boss. So free up my time for this one. So I'm really grateful. Hello guys, yung mga nanonood sa akin Yari kayo sa akin. Joke lang.
Bianca naman. Bianca? Siguro si Ross. Sige Ross, ikaw muna.
Ako naman. Ayun, yung pinagkakabalaan ko ngayon, yun, dun pa rin sa buhay na nag-workout. Well, sa umpisa, mahirap kasi iba yung court eh. Lalo na nung nag-ECQ na wala yung badminton eh. Then ngayon, minsan-minsan nakakapaglaro. And ayun, simpleng business kahit papaano sa ginagawa ngayon.
Ayun.
Ikaw naman, Bianca.
Am I here na? Can you hear me?
You're here.
Okay. Ayun. Actually, medyo nag-less yung workout ko nung nag-quarantine, nag-lockdown. Syempre kasi hindi tayo makalabas. So, puro treadmill, yun lang ginagawa. Pero yung playing badminton, medyo nag-less ngayon. And naging busy rin sa business. Nag-franchise ako ng Siomai King, Philippines. Yes, shameless vlog. Sa team ko, Phoenix Armada, yun. Yun, doon ako naging busy sa franchise namin, food business. And yun lang. So, okay din. Healthy naman ngayon. So, doon ako very thankful na nag-lockdown. Healthy buong family. Yan.
That's really good to hear, no? Syempre, a lot of us have been, struggling with the lockdown and quarantine and this virus, but it's good to know na okay naman kayo. I just want to get the ball rolling. How has MVP impacted itong programa natin with regards to badminton? I'm sure, as far as I know, matagal na siyang nagsusupport sa badminton sa
Yes.
Philippines, diba?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mhm.
even you, Bianca, diba? I can ang dami as early as graduate ka na ngayon. Di ba graduate ka na ngayon?
Yes, graduate na.
But
Last year lang. So,
but
fresh grad
before,
lang.
even when you were still very young and you were starting out, kita ko na yung pangalan mo sa newspapers that and you're
Yes.
usually participating in seeing action and winning all these MVP back tournaments, di ba?
Mhm. Yes.
So how ano yung impact ni MVP with the program that we have in badminton?
Si Big Boss MVP, very very helpful siya sa lahat ng athletes, hindi lang sa badminton, sa ibang sports din na sinusupport niya. Very helpful siya pag may kailangan kayo sa team nyo, ready siya agad mag-support, magbigay. And yun nga, sa lahat ng years na nakilala ko si Sir MVP, nakakalaro ko siya minsan, sobrang hindi lang siya big boss. Kapag kasama mo siya, he's a friend, he's a mentor. Ang dami mong natututunan sa kanya. Sa personal experience ko, kahit sa likod ng mga biroan, sa likod ng mga jokes, very intellectual siyang person. Ang dami mong natututunan. Kahit joke niya matalino. Ganon si Big Boss natin. Yung alam mo yon, ang joke niya matalino pa rin. So ikaw magugulat ka sa kung paano siya ang iba yung aura niya. Yung aura niya pagkasama mo siya. Talagang magaang yung loob mo pagkasama siya. And yun nga, sa badminton, ang dami niyang natulungan sa mga tournaments pa lang, MVP sports, mga tournaments niya. Yung dinala niya yung MVP Cup dito, nagdadala siya ng mga international players. Sobrang big help nun sa badminton kasi yun nga, hindi lahat ng tao nakakapanood ng live ng mga foreign players natin pero dinadala niya dito. At minsan libre pa namin napapanood, nakakalaro. So sobrang big help nun sa amin as badminton player. So yon.
May pahabol lang akong question. How is Boss as a badminton player?
Si Boss MVP, magaling. Magaling si Boss. Siyempre, di ba? Ano siya?
Fighter.
Si Boss, fighter yan. Kahit saan mo ilagay yung bola, pipilitin niyang habulin. Doon ako sobrang na-amaze kay Big Boss natin na badminton is the fastest racket sport, pero talaga nakakasabay siya. Doon ako amazed talaga kay Sir MVP. Yeah. Yes, alam na lahat na. Yes!
Itong mga kwento nyo, this is something that not a lot of people actually know na talagang nakikilaro siya sa inyo,
yes.
It takes time, and it takes time to get to know you as well. And you talk about, Bianca, you talk about tournaments. I want to go to Ross because these type of tournaments, usually hindi mo yan nararamdaman ang impact niyan agad with the influence of the sport. It usually goes so many years after, diba? Ross, ano yung how has all these programs impacted you nung nagsisimula ka? Nung nakita mo siguro, I'm pretty sure you were starting already nung mga naglalaro yung mga MVP Cup dito sa Pilipinas.
Actually, pa-start pa lang ako noon din. Na-inspire naman ako dahil ibang klase, dahil yun nga, mga sila Lindan, sila Taufik, nakakapunta dito sa bansa. So, sabi ko sa sarili ko, baka may chance na makalabang ko sila, kaya magsisipag ako. And then, nung nasa national team na ako, ayun nga, malaki rin yung opportunity na nabigay sa akin ni Boss MVP. Maganda po yung suporta niya sa Philippine badminton dahil ang dami naming natututunan since nung nakapasok ako until now. Ayan.
Frannie, you have a question? Kay Thea naman siguro.
I was sobrang interested ako sa sinabi ni Bianca na super intellectual, na mabilis mag-isip si Boss MVP. So I wanna know, what are your other behind the scenes, yung mga experiences nyo kay Boss MVP na not many people would know talaga. Thea.
Ako ba? Bakit sa akin lahat ng mga mahihirap, no? So, so guys, kasi every time, kunwari, before kami aalis sa ibang bansa or after na isang tournament, si boss talagang ginagather niya kami. And syempre, di ba, pag sinabi mong MVP, parang yung may-ari ng Smart, PLDT, so big boss talaga siya. So parang ako, sobrang taas ng tingin ko. Then, nung nakausap ko na siya, ayos naman pala si boss. Parang sobrang approachable niya. Siya pa yung nagjo-joke. And yung hindi mo kasi, pag di ba, pag sinabi mong big businessman or big boss, pag sinabi mong boss talagang respetado or what and unapproachable. So, in my surprise, talagang, alam mo yung warm welcome when it comes to him na, ano ba gusto niyong kainin? Sobrang generous niya sa amin and pag may kailangan yung team, sasabihin niya, sige, sabihin mo doon. Then, magpapatawag siya bigla ng meeting, papapuntahin niya kami. Lalo na pag sa mga play, sobrang, di ba pag businessman ka, sobrang stress ka. So, I'm really proud na he's making badminton as his stress reliever. So, ganun yung soft side ni boss. Nakakatuwa kasi not everyone will see that na parang privilege namin as a badminton player na kasama namin siya tumawa, kumain, and nakakapagbiruan kami. So, yung intellectual talaga, matatawa talaga kayo if nag-gets niyo. So, so mahirap din siya minsan. Kailangan pang ulitin para lang maintindihan. So, tinatranslate pa nung iba. Ayun.
I think that's important kasi like for people to hear because yun nga, when you hear MVP, parang it's, whoa, si MVP yun. Dami niyang binaback na sports programs. But they don't realize na the reason he backs so many of these sports programs is because, you know, he's human and he has a soft side and he has a heart for all these sports and all these athletes. And speaking of the athletes, like the athletes we have now, I kind of want to talk to you guys more about your badminton journeys. So, Bianca.
Yes.
Ready ka na? What made you decide to finally join the national team in the 2019 SEA Games?
Oh, okay. Actually, ang story behind that kasi is we were invited kami together with yung mga fellow Ateneo players, teammates ko. Kasi kulang yung team. If hindi kami magjo-join, hindi magiging complete yung team tie ng Team Philippines for SEA Games. So, syempre kami, nung we were invited, wala nang dalawa-dalawang isip. Syempre, we're gonna represent the country. So, tayo, we're not playing just for ourselves. Syempre, pag may kailangan i-represent, lalo na yung country natin, yung bansa natin, ready tayo dyan lagi. So, yun, hindi kami nagdalawang isip. We joined the national team during the SEA Games. And, yun, actually, sobrang naging okay yung result ng SEA Games. Isa siya sa events na nagbigay ng breakthrough sa amin ng mga badminton players, yung team namin. Naging okay kasi yung results and ang dami nag-support. So, sobrang nakaka-proud yung team badminton nung time na nag-SEA Games. Yun. Yay! Yeah.
Nakaraos din.
Nakaraos na, Bianca. Okay na.
Oo nga.
Tayo tapos, no? Baka sabihin nyo, tapos na kaagad. Grabe naman kayo. Yeah, but
First set pa lang yan.
first set.
First set pa lang, first set.
Pero guys, anong masasabi nyo ngayon sa going siguro dagdag mo na lang din, Ross, yung retrace mo yung yung journey mo from a young player na ngayon hanggang ngayon.
Like paano? Wait.
Paano ka nagsimula? Saan ka nag-start maglaro?
Nagsimula ako dito sa Villamor Air Base, sa Air Force Base. And then ayun, nag-start ako sa badminton clinic, then natuwa ako kasi ang dami yung sasabi sa akin na, uy, may potential ka. So, sige, pagpatuloy mo yan. So, natuwa naman ako maglaro-laro. Yabang-yabang ko, late kong bata. Ayun, tinuloy-tuloy ko na hanggang sa pinangarap ko na ng maging national team. Makalaro sa palarong pambansa. Then, yun.
Yeah.
And, maganda yung ending, maganda yung career mo sa UAAP, Ross, no? And now you've moved on to the, yung parang may gaano ka buhay yung badminton circuit dito sa Pilipinas after UAAP?
Actually, sobrang saya para sa akin dahil buhay na buhay yung badminton until now dahil ito yung pinakamamahal namin sports eh. Kumbaga naikilala pa rin. And then, ayun. And then para sa amin, mga national athlete, natuloy-tuloy pa rin yung pag-achieve namin sa mga goals namin. Ayun. Nagkakaroon kami ng stepping stones pa, ng hope dahil dito sa program ni MVP para sa badminton.
Ikaw ba, Thea, gaano ka kadalas magsali ng tournament? Every tournament ba, andun ka lagi?
Actually, I started, taga-probinsya kasi ako. And at the age of 10, I was given the opportunity to compete here sa Manila. And after that, doon ako nakilala kasi 10 years old pa lang ako. If you know Coach Ian Pensenaves, he's one of the former coaches sa national
number
team.
Former Philippines number 1.
Yes.
Yeah. He's from my province. So, sabi niya sa akin, 10 years old ako, sasabihin mo sa akin, pili ka lang anong school mong gustong pasukan. Sabi ko, 10 years old ako, anong gagawin ko dyan? So, I was just playing, like, sinabi, parang bata, like, laro ka daw doon. Okay, laro po ako. Then, I never thought na magcha-champion ako that time na madami daw akong tinalong mga rank players na taga Manila. Yan. So, I never cared about that because badminton really is my hobby. That's my fun. Yung sinabi lang sa akin na punta tayo dito, laro tayo. So, parang lagi akong ganun. So, uso pa kasi yung P-bars dati. So, ako dati excited ako every time na nagko-compete ako kasi I'm just nobody that time. So, walang pressure yun sa akin. Then, in my surprise, parang nakikilala pala ako without me knowing about it. So, yung gusto ko lang, like, uwi sa probinsya, training, sasabihin, punta tayo Cebu, maglalaro tayo. So, at the age of 13, sinabihan na naman ako, punta ka ng Manila, mag-training ka for national team. So, sabi ko naman, okay po. Sabi ko ganun. So, I'm not hoping anything na hindi talaga ako yung tao. Idol lang kasi ako. Tingin lang kasi bibisita kasi sila lagi sa Butuan City kasi lagi kami may yearly na festival doon na pumupunta talaga national team. So, tingin lang ako. I never thought to be selected to compete sa national team. So, natapos yung training pool, in my surprise, na sabi sa akin, punta ka daw Japan. Hindi ko alam na yun na pala yung national team na pala ako. So, hindi ko talaga alam. Wala talaga akong alam sa mundo. So, talagang ginawa ko lang yung badminton as my hobby. I never dreamed of becoming national team, and I was so blessed to be part of this beautiful team, to be part of MVP na siyempre nung nalaman ko si MVP pala yung nagsusupport sa amin. And right now, I'm really using yung smart na SIM. Kasi
Yes.
Sana ako pumunta.
Pampalakas ka kay Big Boss, ha? Magaling.
Talaga no?
Ipasok ko lang ang smart, ha?
Magaling.
Napasok na yung smart.
Nakadagdagan na yung allowance pag
ayun.
Promote lang tawag. Pasimpleng promote. So, hey guys, without joking, talagang dati kasi fan ako. Tapos ginagamit ko si Smart kasi sipin mo, nagagawa ko siya as my Wi-Fi sa laptop. So, I'm conducting everything using Smart, ganun. So, talaga natutuwa talaga ako. So, idol ko si MVP kasi last time, lagi pinapansin niya ako. So, napaflatter ako kasi tinatawag niya ako like, ikaw, Thea, anong masasabi mo? Parang ako, natawag niya yung pangalan ko, di ba? So, sobrang flattering. Tapos, nakikipag-joke siya sa akin. Like, sabi niya pa sa akin, next time laro tayo. O, di ba? So, MVP is really helping us, lalo na sa team, not just to me, but the team really appreciate all the efforts, all the support that MVP gave us. Because lahat ng achievements natin before COVID, really, ang laki ng impact ng support niya sa amin. And Philippines will never be known sa ibang bansa. Kasi dati if you say Philippines, pipitsugin ka lang eh. Okay? Na parang, mahina yan sila. But we proved them wrong. So, every time sinasabing Philippines, seryoso sila sa amin. Nakaka-quarterfinals kami, nakaka-semifinals kami, nakaka-champion kami. I'm really proud of that. It's not my achievement, but it's the team's achievement. So, MVP really gave us that push to strive higher than we already doing. So, sobrang for my team, I'm really speaking for my team here, for the badminton community. Guys, if you're listening right now, all the supporters of badminton sa Philippines, talagang plug ko na ito lahat, ha? So,
Para nga kami nasa seminar mo eh. Parang nasa seminar kami ni Tia.
Ako mag-host dito.
Kaya, ikaw na lang yung sa next guest, ikaw na rin, ha?
Magre-research
na trabaho dito sa ginagawa mo eh. but go ahead.
So, MVP really lit up. Yung siya talaga yung nag-boost sa amin na badminton can create more players to come for Philippines. Kasi hindi naman kami forever na national team, di ba? So, we need someone to take our place for the Philippines to grow pa sa any sport. So, kasi masyadong alam mo yun, underrated yung badminton here. Pero pag pinag-usapan mo yung badminton outside of Philippines, that is very famous talaga. So, talaga, wala lang, thankful ako kay boss. Sobra. Kasi everything will never happen. Everything, lahat ng achievement ng team, everything na mag-build sa national team at saka badminton, talagang dahil sa kanya. So, he's really one of the people.
Sobrang ramdam ko. Alam mo, naramdaman ko si Tia. Parang nasa MMK session tayo ngayon.
Guys, I think we're running a bit of parang kukulan tayo ng oras, but just your final yung mga greetings niyo kay MVP. I'm sure there's a way na makakarating sa kanya to, yung mapapanood niya to. Wag na muna ikaw na muna, Thea, para mabilis lang.
Mabilis. Seryoso.
Tapos na. Boss, thank you. Happy birthday. Mabilis na yun.
Okay na. Boss, ikaw naman.
Boss MVP, thank you very much po sa lahat ng support na binigay niyo sa amin, sa badminton, on behalf of my team, happy birthday po. And God bless you more and have a healthy life. And more birthdays to come.
Ikaw naman, Bianca.
Okay, I want to wish you a happy birthday, Big Boss. Sobrang dami mong natulungan na athletes, hindi lang athletes, na tao, madaming tao ka natulungan. kasi alam namin kung gaano yun, ang laki ng puso mo sa lahat ng tao. And thankful kami sa'yo, Big Boss. Sana maging healthy ka, lalo na ngayong panahon natin. Gusto lang namin healthy ka, safe ka, and more birthdays ka. Mga 100 birthdays pa, boss. Kasi gusto ka pa namin makasama ng mahaba pa. Kasi ang dami pa namin gustong matutunan sa'yo. So, happy birthday, Big Boss. MVP.
Yes.
Yun.
Yes.
Yun. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Kay
guys.
Ross, kay Thea.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank
If
you,
want
everyone.
to Thea more, baka ilagay namin yung link sa next Zoom meeting niya.
Ayun.
Comment
Yung
section.
FB niya.
Bigyan niya ng password.
But for now, we'd like to thank Ross, Bianca, and Thea for
Thank you guys for having us. Thank you so
having
much.
us.
And, you know, I'm a big fan of badminton. I'm a big supporter. So hopefully you guys continue to make waves in the international scene, and
Yes.
I'm sure maraming tournaments coming up. You know, Badminton Asia last time, no, and you know, I wish you all the best. Pwede na kayong maglaro, no? Pwede na kayong
Yes, ang badminton, maluwag na. Pwede na maglaro.
pwede na maglaro. So,
Yes.
all right. Thank you, Thea. Thank you, Bianca. Thank you, Ross.
Thank
See
you,
again
guys.
next
Thank
time.
you so much.
When we return, we have
Thank
some
you.
of the collegiate stars, collegiate basketball stars in the country. We will also, you know, talk about the influence and impact of Boss Manny V Pangilinan sa mga kani-kanilang careers. We'll be right back. Stay tuned dito sa CPT Crossover Podcast.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network's speed and strength. Slow means
Game over.
but the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means
Game changing.
choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this gig of life?
Simple, smart ako.
Walang imposible, sige lang simple. Abot mo ang munang simple. Malapit malayo, sama-sama tayo. Hanggang sa dulo, ano man ang pagsubok, di susuko. Alam kong kaya mo. Sige lang simple, sige lang
Thanks, bro.
simple. Walang imposible.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network's speed and strength. Slow means
Game over.
but the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means
Game changing.
choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this gig of life?
Simple, smart ako.
Walang imposible, sige lang simple. Abot mo ang munang simple. Malapit malayo, sama-sama tayo. Hanggang sa dulo, ano man ang pagsubok, di susuko. Alam kong kaya mo. Sige lang simple, sige lang
Thanks, bro.
simple. Walang imposible.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network's speed and strength. Slow means
Game over.
but the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means
Game changing.
choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this gig of life?
Simple, smart ako.
Walang imposible, sige lang simple. Abot mo ang unang simple. Malapit malayo, sama-sama tayo. Hanggang sa dulo, ano man ang pagsubok, di susuko. Alam kong kaya mo. Sige lang simple, sige lang
Thanks, bro.
simple. Walang imposible.
Welcome to the second part of our special episode of the CPT Crossover podcast. My name is Sidav Tupas, and I'm a sports writer for the Philippine Daily Inquirer. It's a celebration for us here at the CPT Crossover podcast as we pay tribute to the man that has been leading the efforts to uplift Philippine sports over the past few decades. Our boss, Manny V, Pangilinan. As right now, we have three more guests para samahan tayo and pay tribute to MVP. But again, I'd like to welcome my co-host for tonight, Miss Frannie Reyes. Frannie, after a very masaya yung episode, segment natin with the badminton.
Yes, super.
So we now shift our attention to your territory, Frannie.
My territory.
Your territory. You can introduce the guests from your school.
From my school. Oh my God. How do I introduce this guy? I've known him for like 2 years now. I'll say it in front of the other guy. I'll say it live because the other guys know it. Ange Kuhame is one of my favorite players. He's one of my favorite players to interview and talk about. So everyone, say hello to Ange.
Hello guys.
What's up, Ange? Good to see you.
I'm good.
I hope you're feeling great, and even in this quarantine period. We have
Always.
2 more guests, and sila naman nakapula. But also hindi to, etong kung saan sila nanggagaling, hindi to pinapabayaan ni Boss MVP. Malapit din sa puso niya to, etong school na to. No? And of course, Boss MVP supports Ateneo, and he also supports the San Beda. And we have 2 players coming from that program. One is from the high school program and one is from the college program. And we are actually very proud to have just recently itong MVP na NCAA San Beda Red Lion all the way from Dumaguete, Calvin of Tana.
Wow.
Hi guys. Hi.
Yes, relax lang. Sama din natin the stars of the Red Cups, and medyo parang hindi siya nagsimula dito sa San Beda, but he's now really a talagang being tipped as one of the future stars in the collegiate level. Another guest of ours is Ryan Amsali. Ryan,
Hi guys.
kamusta? Grabe. Maganda pwesto mo dyan
Pwestong.
Frannie, go ahead and talk to our guest. Ikaw muna.
Okay, so like I asked our badminton athletes earlier, I want to know how you guys are doing, like with the quarantine, being back home, wherever you are. Why don't we start with Ange? Because Ange, I know you're with some of the other training athletes. How has quarantine been for you so far?
It's been good for me. It's been a learning process, where I have to more understand about myself and be in the healthy mind when I have to take care of my body and keep working out every single day. So it's been really good for me. I can say that.
What about you, Calvin? How have you been naman? Musta naman ang Dumaguete?
Yung Dumaguete, okay naman. GCQ na. And yun nga, mahirap pa rin. Di makakagamit ng court. And yung pagiging kondisyon sa katawan, mahirap din. Kailangan mo mag-improvise ng gamit. para lang makondisyon ka. Yun. Mahirap din, mahirap.
Yeah, I feel like that's the experience of a lot of athletes right now na mahirap talaga magpakondisyon because again, we're stuck at home. So, ikaw naman Ryan, how are you? How has quarantine been treating you?
It's been quite good naman kasi nag-workout naman ako dito sa bahay. So, hindi naman hassle sa akin na parang di makondisyon. So, every day I train dito sa bahay lang kasi may court naman ako sa labas ng bahay namin. Kaya safe naman.
That's good to hear. Now, of course, this is our special episode for MVP. So, I want to hear your guys' personal experience, the stories that other people don't know about MVP. Ryan, what are your stories? What are your behind the scenes with Boss MVP?
Pagdating kasi kay Boss, si Boss talaga yung like he helped me na tinulungan niya talaga ako nung yung start nung di ako nakalaro ng first year ko sa San Beda. And parang tinulungan niya talaga ako. Siya yung nag-support sa akin na may makilala din ako na ibang alumni ng San Beda. So, tinulungan nila ako by spiritually, mentally, physically. So, yun, parang hindi ako nawala sa, yung parang sinasabi nga na naging negative yung mga pag-iisip ko sa dating sa basketball. So, sila yung mas lalo akong umangat dahil kay Boss, especially kay Boss. Tsaka yung coaches namin, yung mga alumni, sila po talaga yung yung nagbigay ng opportunities sa akin na maging ganito sa basketball career ko.
Ano naman, Calvin?
Pagdating kay Boss, sabi ko lang na ayaw niya yung manatalo. Yun lang. Yung parang pag natatalo ka, kinikising, ano nangyari? Ba't ganyan nangyari? Anong kulang sa team? So, yun, parang if ever kung mga ganun, mag-suggest siya agad, team building na naman. Parang gano'n. So, yun yung kuhan ko kay Boss. Parang doon ako na kay Boss na ayaw niya talaga yung matalo. Yeah.
Malaking bagay ba, Calvin, yung presence ni Boss MVP sa pag-decide mo na maglaro for San Beda?
Nung una, di ko pa alam kung sino yung mga boss nung first year ako . So, nung nakalaro na nung first year, so yun, parang nakilala ko siya. Every time na parang sabihin nila, may meeting kay Boss MVP. So, parang na-miss ako na parang may taong mas pinakamataas na boss pa namin, na kilala namin sa management namin. So, parang yung presence niya, pagdating sa kanya, parang sobrang tahimik kami, talagang parang yung sobrang akala ko strict siya na boss, pero sobrang approachable niya pa lang.
Let's go to you, Ange. Talk about your, you came from the Ivory Coast and then you moved to the Philippines. Did you know about the boss before coming over, or you had an idea about it?
I didn't know about him. I just first met him. I remember my first year when I first came in the Philippines, and we had actually practiced with Team A. And then after that, I felt like I was set up by Bossy Pot because he didn't inform me that we're gonna have a meeting. It was like I think the night right before the final when they lost against La Salle, the first year. So he told me we have a dinner with MVP, so MVP will be there. I was asking myself, who is MVP? He said, you don't know MVP? Oh, okay, you will see him later. And then when he first showed, it's like the atmosphere changed. Like everybody was, rushed to, shake his hand and then I was like, oh, okay. And then I wasn't even really dressed, so as a shine guy, I didn't really want to show myself. And then, but I think one of my teammates pushed me, go say hi, and I went to say hi. And he was really kind to me, and from that I really have a good relationship with him.
Guys, how do you feel with with Boss MVP? Alam naman natin, he's very busy as a businessman. but how do you guys feel na kahit even though he's so busy, he still finds time to, get to talk to you guys, no? Even though, makikipag-dinner pa siya, he has time to meet with you, show up for games. It's not just, it's not just the financial support. It's really, even his presence and his time, which is very precious kung businessman ka. How do you guys feel about that? Let's start with you, Ryan.
Siguro naman, si boss kasi binabalance niya talaga. Kung gusto niya talaga na makita ka, andun talaga siya. Parang hindi talaga siya magbe-break ng promise. Pag gusto niya talaga or may something na gusto niya, pupunta ka talaga or pupunta talaga siya. So, sa sobrang bait ni boss kasi, yung na-shock ako nung pinasama ako sa Vegas, yung nag-training kami. So yun, parang nagulat ako. So, super bait mo talaga ni boss. Na parang di ko akalain na ganun siya alam mo yun, sobrang demand talaga na binigyan niya talaga ako ng chance. Papakita ko and matrain ko rin yung sarili ko to another level.
Ito naman, Calvin. Calvin?
Hi. Yung sa akin lang, kasi sa Viber namin may group kami. So, nagsabi agad si Coach, ito tinatanong ni Compero. Tapos, yun, nag-set ng parang group meeting si boss nung nag-quarantine na. So, parang na-touch ako na kahit pa paano nag-aalala siya sa amin. Kahit nasa probinsya na kami, tinatanong niya kung sino nasa dorm, sino hindi pa nakauwi. Tapos yun, nagtatanong din siya kung minsan kasi kung nung wala pa itong pandemic na to, may parang nag-meeting kami ata na din. Nagtatanong siya sinong eligible, kamusta na yung team, sinong bagong pasok natin, sino yung mga recruits. Yun, parang hinahanap, nagtatanong siya tungkol sa team, and na-appreciate namin yun. Kasi kahit pa paano sa sobrang busy niya, naalala niya pa rin yung team namin.
Naman, si Ange naman.
Yeah.
And then you have a question, Frannie. Go ahead.
So, to me, I think it's one of the bigger lessons I learned during the past few years, because he actually meant that no matter how busy you are, you can still have time for the patient and the things that you really love. And seeing someone like him doing that, it's kind of make me feel like he really want to be there for us, like no matter what's gonna happen. And it's impressive to see someone like this doing that. It makes us also feel better about it.
Go ahead, Frannie.
So, sabi nga ni Calvin kanina, ayaw ni Boss MVP yung matalo. Right? So, I want to know, may pressure na yun, diba? When you hear that he doesn't want to lose. Is there added pressure na he's from both Ateneo and San Beda? So, do you guys feel that when you're representing your school? Let's start with Calvin.
Sobra. sobra. Kasi nung sa season 95 and yung finals namin, nandun siya. So, parang kasi sinabi niya yun na it's either makakapanood siya or hindi. And nakita namin siya nandun. So parang may motivation na sa sarili namin na let's push hard, let's push our limit. Tapos yun, parang nadihado kami. Tapos parang every time na parang dihado kami, kung nasa bench ako kasi naka-substitution ako. So nasa bench ako. Pinapintinan ko si boss, parang wala sa mood na alam yung nagalit na hindi niya alam, tumatayo na siya, and yun, parang hirap, sobrang nakaka-pressure na di mo alam yung parang yung gustuhin mong manalo pero bola basketball so di mo talaga alam, kailangan nyo talagang maglaro as team, syempre as a leader, kailangan mong i-con yung team mo. Nakakadagdag pressure din kung nandun si boss.
What about for you, Ange? I'm not sure if any of the guys told you that MVP came from Ateneo, but I guess what's the pressure like, especially since, you know, you came here from the Ivory Coast and he supported you so much and helped you become the player that you are today?
I think for most of us, of course, there is pressure like for the whole season, but for us, it get to the point where we have to make him. Feel good about our games, and no matter what the result is gonna be. So, I guess is how do you say the way how the program is built to really help us to keep improving ourselves, just to make him feel good.
Ano naman, Ryan, you're gonna be playing next season together with Calvin. Mag-aabot ba kayo, no, Calvin? No?
Opo.
So, ano yung mo for next season that you and Calvin will be playing together, and of course that the pressure that comes with playing for San Beda that is backed by Manny V Pangilinan?
Well, yung pressure kasi always naman yan nandiyan. It depends na lang sa tao kung paano niya i-handle yun. So, sa akin po, sa team namin, parang ginagawa po namin siyang motivation, inspiration, ganoon po. Para to give it back naman sa kanya na yung binibigyan sa amin, magbigay din namin yung 100% na yung game namin para manalo kami sa game na yun.
Okay, guys. Just your birthday messages for Boss MVP. Kunwari nandyan siya, nanonood ngayon. Let's start with you, Calvin.
Boss, I just want to greet you a happy birthday, and thank you for all the support. Thank you for taking care of us, and wish you all the best. More birthdays to come, and enjoy your special day, boss. Thank you.
Ikaw, Ange.
Coming from Africa, boss, wasn't sure if everything's gonna be possible like that. But you really make it possible, not just for me, but for the whole program. And we really thankful for that. We don't even know how to thank you, but happy birthday, boss. And hopefully God keep having his eyes on you.
Ryan, last but not the least.
Happy birthday po, Boss MVP. Thank you sa lahat ng mga binigay niyo po sa amin. And thank you din kasi parang pinafeel mo sa akin kung ano talaga yung Boss MVP na sinasabi ng mga tao, mabait. So pinafeel mo sa akin na parang naging anak mo na ako. Parang pinapakinggan mo lahat ng mga decisions, kung ano yung dapat gawin, and kung mali yung mga mali naman, parang tinuruan mo ako, parang binigyan mong linaw na mga sa career ko yung mga mali and anong tama. So yun po, again po, happy birthday po, and more birthdays to come.
Guys, maraming salamat sa inyo. Thank you to Calvin, thank you to Ange, thank you to Ryan. I hope you stay safe, and wish you all the best. Sana we can get over this pandemic and then see you guys on the court once again. And so that's our second segment for today's special episode. Birthday tribute para sa kay Boss Manny V Pangilinan. Frannie and I will be right back with ito naman your favorite basketball stars na who have also been very much a part of the MVP program. So we'll be right back. This is the CPT Crossover podcast brought to you by Smart and LGR Sportswear. Stick with us, and magbabalik kami in a bit.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network's speed and strength. Slow means
Game over.
but the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means
Game changing.
choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this gig of life?
Simple, smart ako.
Walang imposible, sige lang simple. Abot mo ang munang simple. Malapit malayo, sama-sama tayo. Hanggang sa dulo, ano man ang pagsubok, di susuko. Alam kong kaya mo. Sige lang simple, sige lang
Thanks, bro.
simple. Walang imposible.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network's speed and strength. Slow means,
Game over.
but the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means,
Game changing.
choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this gig of life?
Simple, smart ako.
Walang imposible, sige lang simple. Abot mo ang munang simple. Malapit malayo, sama-sama tayo. Hanggang sa dulo, ano man ang pagsubok, di susuko. Alam kong kaya mo. Sige lang simple, sige lang
Thanks, bro.
simple. Walang imposible.
We continue our episode for tonight, a special episode for Mr. Manny V Pangilinan. We are wishing him a happy birthday. For our last segment, we have four of the players who are part of the MVP group of teams in the Philippine Basketball Association. Joining me once again is Miss Frannie Reyes, our guest host for tonight. And Frannie, you can introduce the guests.
Okay, I'll start with the two I grew up watching. Yes. If you're a fan of Ateneo, obviously these two are no strangers. So everyone say hello to Mr. Kiefer Ravenna and Nico Salva.
For Kiefer, please.
Hi, everybody.
Next,
Hello.
Nico
Hi,
is
guys.
Meralco. Hi, guys.
Yes, yes, yes. We are. Hi, Franny.
for-
Hi, Fidel.
Hey
Hi,
guys.
Fanny. Hi, Sedel. Thanks for making us feel old.
Si Frannie may kasalanan yun. But,
She grew up watching us. What more for the next two guests?
Come on, Key.
he had to. He had to.
I have to, let the people know I'm the youngest one in this podcast.
Now, I'll introduce the next two. So,
Okay.
Maybe I will not say I grew up watching. I seriously am a fan of their games. Two of the guys who have been very much a part of the rich winning history of the Talk and Text franchise in the PBA. We have Ryan Reyes and Harvey Carey.
Everyone.
Hi.
Thanks for having us.
Yep, thanks for having us.
Hey guys.
Hello.
So I just want to start out. I don't want to talk to Kiefer a lot because I see him all the time in his podcast, The Prospect Spot. We're in the same network. I'm just gonna check on Ryan first because I rarely see him in web shows. Ryan, how are you? You've been very elusive, keeping a low profile.
Yeah, it seems like it, huh?
Yeah. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm doing well. Staying home, quarantine, social distancing, and just trying to stay healthy. Doing all this at home. Well, yeah.
And Nico, are you preparing now for the resumption of practices? Kamusta yung preparation mo?
I think we're all trying to do what we can at home or siguro in our villages to keep in shape and to be able to stay ready and just be able to go whenever we are told that we can resume practices.
How about you, Harvey?
The same, just at home with my family, trying to stay in the best shape that I can, and anxious to get back on the court.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I want to start with Kiefer, Frannie, because he's been probably, since high school, he's been, a part of the Ateneo program, and that has been very much supported by Boss MVP. Just Keith, can you talk about your early interaction with MVP? Paano mo siya nakilala, and how that relationship over the years evolved up until now in the PBA and with the Gilas program?
Well, actually, ever since yung dad ko was part of the Mobiline franchise, I was already around MVP, and I've known MVP for quite some time now. On the latter part, more recent, a little bit more personal, of course, being under his one of the teams na talagang he owns, and just growing up with Boss, you find out that he really cares for his players. He really gives time and hears out all the needs and wants of his players for us to be in a good position to succeed. So of course, as players naman, you want to give the best to someone who's really been supporting us. Whether sometimes we can't avoid it, but sometimes we have bad losses, we have bad games. But if you know that if there's that big guy supporting you all throughout wins and losses, it's never hard to really play well. So ako yun lang talaga. Very thankful ako for almost half of my life I was under and still under Boss MVP's guidance and management and organization.
Go ahead, Frannie.
Well, Kiefer talked about how long he's known MVP and how MVP has helped him. So, Nico, I want to talk to you. I want to learn about, your journey from high school to the pros and how MVP helped you in that journey.
I first met MVP when I was 17. I was still with San Beda. I think it was when we were deciding where to go to college. So I first had the meeting with just Coach Norman. And then I think a month after, my family and I met with Coach Norman, our team manager, Paulo Trillo, and with Boss MVP. And after that meeting, I think that's when we really decided to go to Ateneo, because we felt like having MVP there, having him at the meeting, giving us time, shows that he really values Ateneo, and he's he really is committed to having us be a part of Ateneo. And then and then I think when we were in Ateneo, our championships, we really dedicated it to him dahil sobrang thankful kami sa support na binibigay.
5 championships para kay Nico Salva, and it's just you bounced around teams in the pros, and then now you find yourself in Meralco. No, what a
That's
coincidence!
Right. Yeah, so I think my first 4 years in the PBA, I bounced around the league, and then when I got into my 5th, and now I'm on my 3rd year in Meralco, I was able to find a home with Boss MVP's team, Meralco, and with the MVP group again.
And speaking of home, I think nobody, siguro with Kiefer, the exception of Kiefer, nobody has, considered home. No, talagang naging homeboy talaga siya. He's played for just one franchise all his life. Harvey Carey. Talk about that journey from the time you arrived here with Talk and then playing for Talk and Text and still under the MVP group.
Oh yeah, I've been very fortunate. I played with Kiefer's dad, and I'm still here.
I grew up watching Uncle Harvey.
But I owe a lot to Boss MVP. He took a chance on me coming over as an unknown, and he changed the trajectory of my life by drafted me, and I've been here forever. I have a short story about I got injured after my rookie year, and I had shoulder surgery here in the Philippines, but it was a botched surgery. So boss sent me to Los Angeles to the best shoulder surgeon, the best therapy I could get. And I was there for about 4 or 5 months, and I had absolutely nothing to worry about while I was there, taken care of 110%. So I'm so in debt to Boston. Every time I put on that jersey, or even off the court, I try to just represent the company as well as I can. That's the least I can do.
Thanks for that, Harvey. I want to shift to Ryan because he started out at Santa Lucia, but then he goes to, he moves to Talk and Text, and then as part of this juggernaut a few years ago that really for a while dominated the league. What type of culture did MVP cultivate in that organization, and that led you guys to winning championships?
It's just basically, it's a winning culture at TNT. The motivation he gives each and every one of us on that team makes us play the best we can once we step on that court. And like Harvey said, we're grateful for MVP, and I thank him for everything. Throughout these years, I've been on the team. 11 years, and from the start when I got to this team, it was just I was open, welcome with open arms, and from the management all the way down to the players. And what he does to this team when he talks, he comes in before games and tells us all the things that need to be done, winning games and everything. It just motivates you just to play well, with because with everything he does a lot for us and his teams in this league. So like Harvey said, nothing else you can do is just throw it all on the court and just play well, play hard for him.
Frannie, it's quite a tricky question, so I'll leave it to you.
Because I can get away with asking it. That's why.
Get away with it.
Well, I'll start with Harvey because you mentioned Boss MVP is very generous. He flew you out to LA just to have your surgery fixed. So I want to know, how generous is he with the bonuses that you guys get?
Well, I've been fortunate enough to be with the team my whole 17 years in the league, and I've been able to see the world, seeing places that I only could dream of, and that's all because of Boss, whether it's to train abroad or a gift for winning championships. So those are bonuses that, that'll last a lifetime right there, those memories.
What about you,
Nico,
Kiefer?
Nico
Or
first.
Nico? Okay.
Kasi college, iba din siguro yung incentive sa kanila. Sige, Nick, ikaw muna.
Okay. Just like what Harvey said, when we were in college, we were able to travel to the States every summer, so that we were able to train with NBA players. So we were able to see the world also, at the same time get better, have an edge over our opponents during that time. So sobrang boost yun sa confidence namin, and it's also a great opportunity for us to travel. And then we also got prizes as mga when we won championships, as yung mga trips abroad. So we are very thankful for that.
Ito si Kiefer madalas bigyan ng bonus na sige.
Hindi, wala. I mean, the bonuses in the PBA, it's only Kuya Ryan and Uncle Harvey, because me and Nico haven't won yet anything. So, but as obvious as it sounded, that MVP is a really generous person, not only na sa kumpanya niya, but for his teams as well. Kasi each and every one of us have different paths of whether you want to train abroad or just have a camp here locally. And siguro ako, I'd just describe it na yung pagiging generous niya is kung ano yung kailangan ng team para gumaling, yun yung ibibigay niya. Hindi siya magdadalawang isip na hindi, wag na yan, pwede naman ganito na lang, mas maliit yung budget natin dito or something like that. He never I never really experienced it with MVP. So he puts us in a good position to succeed. And just like what Harvey and Ryan said, you have no excuses but to just leave it on the court. Kasi, you just have to pay respect to the person who's making you better, not only as a player but also as a person. That's just giving respect back to someone who gives respect for your career.
Ryan?
Basically, I mean, Harvey and all them said everything, but I mean, like they're saying, how he takes his teams on trips to train. I mean, you don't even have to win championships. It's before preseason and before the season starts, and just for us to get better. Flies in trainers, all kinds, just for the team. Just very generous in his part of just making each individual player better and the team better, which is good. And you can see how generous he is through the winning culture of all of his teams that he supports.
Guys, I just wanna, because you guys have interaction with MVP regularly, probably because of him being the boss. But what are the life lessons that you get? It's actually not just being a boss, but the life lessons, maybe in business or just how you lead your lives. What are the most significant lessons that you've learned over the years that you've been with him? I'm gonna start with you, Harvey. Harvey? I'm not sure if Harvey heard me, but ikaw muna.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Harvey there. Yeah.
I missed that whole part. Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. Just your life lessons, significant life lessons, being with Boss MVP for all these years.
I think it's these trips that he sends us on. It's about bonding and building relationships with one another, because that's where everything starts. That's the foundation of everything. And also, I know sometimes he relates teams when we go against other teams. He related to battles in history, and he gives lessons through that. So there's a lot of things that I'm very fortunate of learning from Boss, and like I said, I'm very blessed to have been under his umbrella for the last 17 years.
Siguro ikaw, Keith, ano mga lessons na nagagamit mo that you learned?
Well, probably not a lot of people know, but MVP is a really funny guy. Every time we would meet, he would crack jokes every now and then. People think that he's the serious business guy who just straight face and all about business. But MVP always has a lighter side. Every time we would meet, whether it's Ateneo, NLEX, Tokipex, or Meralco, he would break the ice with a joke or something like that, or a funny story. But in terms of advice, I'd always ask him for business ideas, financial advices, kung ano yung mga dapat gawin, hindi dapat gawin. Kasi he would also sometimes say na basketball won't be there forever. You have to be smart in terms of your money and how you use it. So it's more of that part that I really try to absorb every time I get a chance to be with MVP and learn from MVP. So yun siguro for me yung mga bagay na hindi ko makakalimutan.
Ikaw naman, Nico.
Just being around him, you get a sense of how hardworking he is. For years, he's been on the top of the business world, pero you see that I've heard that he doesn't take days off. So you feel how hardworking he is, and then it just rubs off to the people around him. You see that your boss here, who's there at the top, still working hard each and every day. So it motivates us to work hard as well.
And you, Ryan?
Just knowing MVP all these years, he's always been a very nice guy. Like Kiefer said, also he's very funny. That a lot of people don't know. Just basically, learning from all that just makes you want to be like that towards everyone as well. the his presence anywhere when he gives back to the community and everything makes you want to do the same thing as well.
Yeah. Keith, being the captain of this Gilas team right now, how has MVP driven the point to you na napaka-importante itong program for him being part of the Gilas program?
Probably the few times that I was able to open up the topic about the national team for MVP. This is just such a big deal, not only for him, but of course for the country, because the program is set to host the 2023 World Cup. So not only, first and foremost, we're spending a lot of money for hosting such a prestigious event, and just get to show the vision of MVP on how the team should look like by 2023. So he's gonna put in all the cards. He's gonna make sure the team gets enough preparation. Of course, the lessons we've learned from the previous World Cup will definitely play a big part. And just being there, hopefully a captain for that team until 2023 or whatever. Just trying to help out with the program. I've been there for Gila since a practice player since 2014, and we all know his passion when it comes to the national team, and hopefully mabigyan namin ng ma-return namin ng magandang resulta yung ininvest niyang oras for hosting the 2023 World Cup.
Thanks for that, Kiefer. Frannie?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you guys, we are still in quarantine, and while, it's uncertain how things will play out right now, I wanted to know what your guys' hopes are for the coming PBA season. Maybe we can start with Ryan.
Yeah, well, throughout all these protocols that I guess the PBA is going through right now, we as players, we've been on hiatus for like 4 months. So, we're anxious to get back on that court and get to playing again, playing basketball, the game that we love. And so, with all this, we just want to start and play soon. And hopefully, the rules or the government, lets us this time. And I know every one of these guys out on this right now is just anxious to get back and playing again.
What about you, Harvey?
Just like Ryan said, we're all ready to get back, and we just have to be responsible. Just follow the rules, do everything we need to do in order to keep not just ourselves safe, but everyone around us safe. And as long as we do that, I think that we'll be able to start real soon. Get out and get some action going.
The championship as well for TNT. It looks like you have a really good team.
Yeah, I hope so. Sorry, Keith, Nico. It's our turn.
Your turn again.
I need another one.
Ikaw, Nix.
Just like what Ryan said, we're all anxious and excited to be able to play again, and I'm sure we all kept ourselves ready, and I'm sure that the PBA is doing everything they can to be able to resume games. So I know whenever we can get back to action, then we'll be ready.
You, Kiefer.
Well, contrary to what Ryan said, he said that most of them have been out for 4 months, 4 or 5 months. I've been out for almost 2 years, so I just got off a suspension, and now COVID tries to ruin everything once again. So, but we have more time to prepare, and as professional athletes, we have this responsibility of staying in the best shape that we can with all the materials that we have. There's no excuses, sabi nga nila, we'll never know when the season will start, so you have to be ready. You don't want to get hurt once everything okay and planned out, whether when practice will resume and games will be held. Just being mentally tough and physically prepared. So we're just hoping for the best. We're all itching to play. Not only the four of us, but most of PBA. But we're just excited to give entertainment to the people and something they look forward to watching every night, and just to get their mind out of what's happening in our society today.
Yes, thank you for sharing all that. Thank you for sharing you guys' stories, for giving us your time. Now, before you guys go, you guys have a birthday greeting or greetings for Boss MVP. Why don't we start with Nico?
Boss MVP, happy birthday. I want to personally thank you for all the opportunities na binigay niyo sa amin, for being so passionate to your teams and to Philippine sports in general. And we are in debt, and maraming salamat and happy birthday.
Okay, what about you, Ryan?
Boss MVP, I just want to wish you happy birthday. Thank you for your continuous support through your teams, for myself, and just thank you. God bless you. Stay safe, and again, happy birthday to you. Thank you.
Kiefer?
Boss MVP, happy birthday. We wish you all the best. We thank you for your unending support. Whether natalo or nananalo, nandiyan kayo palagi. Of course, dun tayo sa nananalo. And wish you great health. And just a shout out to Delph and Frannie for hosting this special podcast for Boss MVP. And big shout out to Delph's neon pink outfit.
From LGR, the same company that outfits all the MVP teams.
Okay, last but not least, Harvey, your birthday greeting.
Happy birthday, Boss MVP. Thank you for all you've contributed to the country, to Philippine sports, everything you've done for me and everyone here on this pod, all the players. We just wish you all the best, more blessings, and great health. Enjoy your day.
Guys, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being generous with your time. I really hope that we will be able to resume with the basketball, so we can see you guys on the court once again, and hopefully it happens very soon. So training starts next week, and I'm pretty sure you guys are ready.
Hopefully.
So hopefully next week. You gotta take the tests first, so for that. But anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been
Thank you, Uncle Harv and Kuya Rai, Nick.
Watching the podcast on the Tiebreaker Times Network. We still have the Prospects Pod with Kiefer Ravena and Randolph Yongson and Norman Riego. So she did with Tina Goitinko and Marty Bautista. Also the Hit List with DK Icasiano and CA Starridge. And also Coaches Unfiltered with Paulo Layog, Anton Altamirano, and Charles Chu. So thank you so much for joining us, and we wish our boss Manny V Pangilinan a happy birthday. As again, thank you so much. God bless you, everyone.
Thank you, guys. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys.
Happy
Bye, guys. Bye,
birthday,
Kuya
Boss
Rai. Bye,
MVP.
Uncle Harv.
Thanks.
Nico, take care. Harv.
All right, thanks. All right.
The way you live your life depends on the network you choose. Your movies, music, and games can only be as good as your network's speed and strength. Slow means
Game over.
but the Philippines' fastest mobile data network means
Game changing.
choose the network that gives you what you truly enjoy. How do you know about this gig of life?
Simple, smart ako.
Walang imposible, sige lang simple. Abot mo ang unang simple. Malapit malayo, sama-sama tayo. Hanggang sa dulo, ano man ang
Thanks, bro.